It's me. Why did you unmatch me? If you get that, you spend too much time on your phone. Guys, I'm trenching. Oh, I'm trenching. Hi guys, it's me, Lily, and I'm back and legitimately worse than ever. I'm so bad, in fact, that I have to lie down. Like, for my own body and my mind, I legitimately have to lie down, even if you can't see me. You know, when life is just lifing, you know, when it's just lifing to the max, you know, when legitimately every single thing you can think of, like every single thing that could possibly go wrong, is going wrong. I choose to not see. I cannot believe my eyes. And I know some of y'all are kicking and screaming and twirling your hair, being like, oh my god, Lily's in her flop era. Yay, we can celebrate. And to that I have to say, put the voodoo doll down. Whoever is messing with my voodoo doll, put it down. Put it down now. I'm sick of this shit. I don't even know where to start. Okay. So you might be like, Lily, why are you so crusty in this very moment? Because I'm on the verge of insanity. Because I just got off the phone with a 2-hour long phone call with the bank, trying to refund my Rolling Loud ticket because Rolling Loud isn't going to refund it because they're fucking useless. Hi, shout out to Rolling Loud. You guys suck. I hope you choke. They sent out an email when they cancelled Rolling Loud being like, oh, hey, twin, like everyone's going to get a refund. Even though I didn't pay for a refundable ticket, which I'm like, slay. But then obviously no refund because they're Rolling Loud and they're useless. Never go to Rolling Loud. Hello. Like, I feel like even I knew that before I bought the ticket. Like, everyone hates Rolling Loud for a reason. They're awful. They're just like an awful scammy company to deal with. Like, they use Ticket Melon. What even is that? I don't know. Anyway, so I saw a bunch of people online being like, well, I just disputed it through my bank. And I'm like, okay, well, yes, let me just do that. You might be like, Lily, why are you doing this now and not like months ago when it happened? I'm just a little bit extra broke right now. Just a little bit. Let me lie back down for my own mental health. Just a little bit extra broke. Not a big deal. I only had like 2.5 grand stolen out of my bank account 2 months ago or a month ago, IDK. Still waiting on that back, by the way. They have 10 days until it's like the max amount of time, and I've been on their dick and hassling them. But you know what? I was making it work. Again, that was a couple months ago. Nothing is going to break my stride. Ain't shit going to break my stride. I'm still going to move to Melbourne. It's cool, you know? Me and Bay had figured out a plan. It was just the vibe, right? I knew this money was going to come back to me. It's just a matter of when. So it's not that. I am tweaking extra hard about my money today, guys, because I had a car accident 2 days ago. Let me go back to bed. I had a car accident 2 days ago. It was really fucking scary and it totaled my car. And I have a really spooky bruise on my arm. But like, I feel like that's low-key such a lame injury to come out of an actual car accident with. God, I look so fucking scary right now, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. I can't do it. I'm not even gonna put on eyebrows. You're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. Also, desperate times. Look at my hands, look at my nails. For those of you who don't know, I was meant to be moving to Victoria with my boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, slay. And after about 1,000,000 bumps in the road, example, getting all my money stolen out of my account, Rolling Loud cancelled, so again, more money stolen out of my account. I had doctors owing me money because I had skin cancer on my back that had to be cut out. They owed me like so much fucking money. I had a death in my orbit. I had to stay in the state for a little bit longer just to like help the person who is going through it the most, of course, but also attend the funeral and just for my own fucking like sanity be there for that person. And that's no issue. Like, I love that person down. It really just was feeling like for a second there that every single thing you could possibly imagine. I know I'm missing out on a few things too. There's definitely a few things I'm missing out on, but every single thing you could possibly imagine is going wrong. That's really what it felt like. But you know, I wasn't going to let it break my stride. I was still on my journey. I had still persisted and had my heart set on a time frame on when I wanted to move. It is not what I originally planned. I wanted to be here by March, by the latest, be living here by March, but obviously that wasn't possible, so it's fine. I had come to peace with that and I had pushed it to April. And that brings us here. It's so bad. I think I'm gonna die in this house. It's like, it's so bad. I forgot. By the way, oh, my job hunt going awful. Do you know why? Because the resume I was sending out to people was a corrupt file. So even if I slayed the interview and they were all, hey, email me a copy of your resume so I can have a digital copy, the digital copy they received, gibberish, a bunch of words overlapping other words. How is that even possible? That's what I mean when I say every single thing you can possibly imagine has gone wrong. You'll need to put my voodoo doll down. Put it down right now. It's so cursed. I said, you know what? That's no matter. Let me redo my resume. It's still happening. I'll just find a job when I'm up there. Let's start looking for a house. Let's get this happening. I'll find a job when I'm up there. Let's just make it happen. So the plan was to pack up half of my belongings, my clothes, jewelry, shoes, art stuff, like that kind of thing. Let's be honest, that's all I'm bringing to the table. I'm bringing to the table art supplies, chic clothes, and 2 mirrors because my boyfriend doesn't own a mirror, which I think is insane. So I was like, perfect. I'm gonna drive up with half of my stuff. I'm gonna spend a week in Victoria. I'm gonna look for work. We're gonna look at a few houses. Like, it's gonna be beautiful. Little did she know. And then I was gonna drive back down for my sister's birthday and a couple of other parties and events as well. Spend a couple days with them, say my goodbyes, fill up my car, and then drive back up and move here. I've already quit my job, by the way. Like, put my voodoo doll down. It's so incredibly cursed. Like, it is so incredibly cursed. Because obviously that didn't end up happening, did it? No. It's about an 8-hour drive from where I live, like including stops, to my partner's house. Tell me why I crashed in the last half hour of my drive. The last half hour. I cannot make this shit up. The road was wet, but I took a corner. I don't know what happened. Like, I must have just like driven in a puddle or maybe just like gone too fast. I'm just like not sure. Stone cold sober, mind you. Like, it's so bad. Anyway, I turn a corner, lose complete control of my car. It goes sliding diagonally, like legitimately, like diagonal sliding across the road. Also, yes, my boyfriend has that issue where he's a man, so he only has 2 pillows. Ciao. Anyway, so, but yeah, my shit was just sliding diagonally across 2 lanes for about like, I don't know, 40 seconds a minute maybe. And then my dumb ass is like, yeah, perfect. Let me stop this by slamming on the brakes. Hello, literally exactly what they tell you not to do. I've also been in situations like this before. One time my sister and I were driving and we almost had an accident because we just lost control of the car on like a dirt road. And I know you're not meant to slam on the brakes. All you're meant to do is like use all of your strength to try and keep the wheel like straight. I did not do that. I slammed on the brakes. My car goes spinning. We spinning. We were dancing and spinning and boogieing on the road until I was stopped by a tree skewering the back of my car, a tree going straight through the back of my window. And then that is what actually ended up stopping my car. That sounds really fucked up, but I'm not gonna lie, shout out to that tree, because I fear if that tree didn't exist, I wouldn't have stopped and I would have ended up spinning and probably flipping my car and maybe getting very seriously injured and or dying. So shout out to that tree for real. This ginormous branch goes through the back of my window. There's glass everywhere. My side airbags go off. Not my front airbags, my side. By the way, I didn't even know I had side airbags. Is that a thing? Also, hot take. When I was talking to my boyfriend about it, he was like, yeah, it's because it's safety vibes. And I'm like, is it really? Because it was on the side. And I don't know how, but like I blocked it. Like I went like that. And if I didn't, it would have hit me in the side of my face, which would have hurt my nose, broken my nose, probably, broken my cheekbone, and potentially hit my temple, which could have killed me. So I don't understand how that works. But anyway, I blocked it with my arm. And then that means I low-key got out of all of this kerfuffle with pretty much, oh, I was gonna say only a bruise. Oh, mama, that's a bruise. Yeah, that's a battle scar for real. Damn. I blocked the airbag with my face. Saved my own life. I'm the fucking goat. Look at me. And then I got out the car. I legitimately like crawled out the car. By the way, the front of my car completely fell off. Like the second that tree hit, the front of my car fell off. I get out the car. I like fall on the floor. And I'm like, I need a fucking cigarette. By the way, fully smoking again. Fully chain smoking again. All day, every day. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I tried to quit. I really did try and quit. But here we are. Life is lifing to a point where like I can't put down the cigs. And I'm debating picking up the needle. Anyway, I crawl out the car. I just start fucking bawling my eyes out. And I'm like, I need a cigarette. And my car is in the middle of the road. Like middle of the road. And this is like a really fast road. And I'm shitting myself. I'm like, oh my God, there's people, like I'm gonna get killed. But people start coming out of their cars. They start like controlling traffic, which by the way, shout out to humanity. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to community and people and empathy. Because like awesome. And I know it's like a simple thing. Like I'm sure if most of you guys drove through a road and like you saw like a young girl with a completely wrecked car, like honestly, if you saw my car on the side of the road, you'd probably think that the person is no longer with us. Like it was like that bad. So I can imagine that if like most of you were driving by and you saw a young girl crying on the side of the road all by herself next to a car like that, you'd probably stop for her as well and just make sure she's okay. I would. I'm sure you would. If you wouldn't, maybe check yourself. But yeah, just the amount of people that got out to help me and to check on me, and like I was like, I was so scared and like so alone. And like though I struggle with, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if it's sympathy or like pity, but I like generally speaking really struggle with like people feeling bad for me and like just being seen in like kind of like a pitiful light, like in like a, do you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? In like a, is it degrading? Like, I don't know. It just makes me feel small. And I don't like it. Like, I don't like when people feel sorry for me and they're like, oh, are you okay? Do you want me to call? Like, my worst nightmare. So imagine there's like 50 of them. And I'm like, I'm doing what I do. Like, I legitimately can't help. I'm like, guys, I'm fine. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to inconvenience you. I'm sure you were on your way somewhere. How's your day going? Like, I'm just deflecting. I'm like over apologizing. Like, I didn't just wrap my car around a tree. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Anyway, also no survival instinct at all, because when I'm in the car, the first thing I do is call my boyfriend and be like, babe, like I just had an accident, like you need to come get me. Instead of calling the ambulance. No survival instinct at all, because you know when you're in an accident or like when something really awful happens, oftentimes like your endorphins or like adrenaline and stuff will just completely like take away the pain. So I'm out here like in the car checking if I've got limbs, like because I don't even know if I'm hurt. Like my arm hurts a bit, but I'm like, is there a shard of glass in there? Like I don't know. So when I call him, I'm just like, babe, I need a ambulance and like you have to come get me, like, you know. And the poor thing just like left immediately and went to go find me. But as I was chilling on the road, I only got to really sit after the accident for about 2 minutes, and thank God. But a tow truck came along, was literally just driving along the road, and he moved my car off the road. By the way, got in it and turned it on. Didn't ask me any questions. Like, ma'am, aren't you scared that that's gonna explode? The front was gone. The front didn't exist. And the back was like all fucked up. My car looked like it was wearing a G-string. Like, and he just got in, turned it off, moved it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Anyway, and then he's like, nah, come with me. He ends up towing my car to the middle of fucking nowhere. My boyfriend ends up meeting us there. He's trying to like fill up all his car like with my belongings. My car's got a bigger boot, so he's like really struggling. We have to do 2 trips. We have to come back the next day. Also, keep in mind the tow truck driver is like, do you have insurance? And I'm like, yes, literally yes. Guess what? Because guess what, guys, I'm moving away. So my car was in my stepmom's name, but because I'm moving away, I had to put it in my name. And I did all that. And then with finding all of that out, I found out that I didn't have car insurance like this whole time. And I'm not parent shaming at all, but like my parents didn't have car insurance on any of their cars, which I do think is kind of ballsy and insane. But also we live in South Australia and they're not like living in Adelaide. So I guess, I don't know, it makes sense. But for me, I really wanted car insurance. So I was like, okay, Slade, this is perfect, because I just got car insurance and it's active today. Like it literally starts today. I'm like, it's perfect. Guess what? I got third party, so it doesn't even count. I hate it here. Every single thing you can possibly imagine has gone wrong. What the fuck? So I officially had third party insurance for 1 day, still had to pay the bill. They didn't pay for my towing fee, which was $1,200, obviously. Like it just keeps getting worse. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm scared to say that almost, because it's like I'm flying home. Is my fucking plane gonna crash? Like I don't know. I'm just like every single thing is going wrong all at once, and it's been like this for like 2 months. Who did I piss off? So we come back to grab all of my shit the next day. And then my boyfriend's like, you have to tell him you don't have car insurance. And in my mind, I'm low-key like, what happens if I just run away? Like, what happens if I don't tell him and then just change my name and run away? Right? Like, you know? But then also part of me was like, this guy, like, saved your ass. Like, he dragged your car off the road. Like, you could have been stuck there for hours if he wasn't there. Like, pay the man. So I'm like, you know what? I'm Googling these fees. It's like roughly around $500-$600. And I'm like, you know what? That man fucking deserves it. For real. So I'm like, yeah, I'll pay him. And then we go there and he's like calculating the cost and it's $1,700. But then he says to my boyfriend, that he'll do it for $1,200 cash. And we're both just freaking out because my boyfriend's phone has just died. I don't have that money. He has that money, but his phone's just died. I don't have like my bank card, so I can't like withdraw cash. It's just like the most cursed energy ever. We end up finding a Bendigo bank. I end up just making it work, but I'm like legitimately suicidal afterwards. And that's kind of the beat. Like that's kind of just what went down. Like I just like went back to the yard and I'm like, I don't want to talk to this man. I don't want to see him. I don't want to deal with it. You can deal with it. Here's the money. I'm going. And I'm sitting in my car and I'm having my last cigarette in Whitney Spears, in Whitney Houston, in Whipposaurus. I'm having my last cig in my baby. And I did. And it was a beautiful moment.
Guys, sit with me for my final cigarette in the Whipposaurus, Whitney Spears, Whippopotamus, if you will.
When I tell you this, I mean
Period!
I need the briefcase in 15 minutes or everybody's finished.
I love my powder white, prefer my bitches black. I'm getting lit with that, she don't see us in the back.
No longer Little Mac, a briefcase with $1 million cash.
Oh, yeah, I just paid a $1,200 towing fee. Let me off at the top.
And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of gave Parasocial Car Man. Like, you know that show where like men used to like marry their motorbikes and stuff? Like that's definitely me with Whitney Spears. Like, I don't know. I genuinely said thank you, like out loud, and like patted her a little bit. Like I looked insane, but I said thank you for being a roof over my head and a way to escape when I needed it. And that sounds really corny and lame, but it low-key was that. And the whip was my first taste of freedom, so it was a very sad moment. Also, it sucks that my sister wasn't here because we always used to say that when Whitney finally dies, we're gonna give her a Viking funeral. We're gonna like send her off into the river. Like, obviously not, but like a part of me still wants to do that. So when this man was being all evil and arguing with my boyfriend, I just like started ripping bits of my car off that I want to keep to like either sounds so insane, either do the Viking burial funeral with Tiwa with my sister, or just to like make something out of. Like, I don't know, I'm one of those people, I'm so sentimental. Like I ripped off the Honda logo and I'm like, this can be art, like this can be something, this can be a memory. And it's like, you're insane, you're broke as fuck, you're unemployed. Am I allowed to use the H word? Like I technically have a home, but like I'm giving homeless. Homeless, unemployed, broke. I have a hot boyfriend. That helps. And I'm not gonna lie, I have just been like super roller coaster-y. Part of me is always gonna deal with things with humor. Like, and it's not even like a forced thing. It's just something I do. And honestly, I appreciate that like about my brain, because it's really great sometimes and it just like helps soften the blow. And like almost immediately after, I'm very much like able to laugh about it. Even when I'm in it, I'm like, this is so unserious. Like, what? So I am one of those people, luckily, but also I'd be lying if I said I wasn't actually devastated right now. I had a big fat cry about an hour ago. And it's not even just about the car. It's the feeling of helplessness and the feeling of being out of control of your own life, which is then making like other aspects of my life. It's making me cling to control in other aspects of my life, which isn't healthy. I'm really trenching. There's my update. The horrors persist, but so do I. Also, like, drive safe, kids, because like, what the fuck? Drive safe for real. That's my PSA.